Assalamualaikum and hi everybody. For today's topic, me and my team members are going to talk about the application of volumetric analysis in the food industry. Before further ado, I would like to introduce you to my team members. Firstly, me myself is Muhammad Razik bin Rahim. Secondly, Muhammad Reza Nazril bin Muhammad Razali. And the third one is Nur Maisarah binti Aziz, and the last one is Siti Mariam binti Ahmad Latifi. To begin with, I will explain to you guys briefly about volumetric analysis. Volumetric analysis is a chemical analytical method used to determine the concentration of an analyte. The process involves the measurement of a titrant, which is a solution of known concentration, required to react completely with the analyte. This method is widely used around numbers of industries due to its simplicity, its cost effectiveness and accuracy. Volumetric analysis is used by numbers of industries such as the pharmaceutical industry, the environmental science industry and many more. But for today's topic, we are going to focus on the food industry. So, what is the use of volumetric analysis in the food industry? Okay, first, it is used to determine the acidity or the alkalinity of a food sample. For example, by titrating a juice or dairy products and vinegar with a standard base, determines the acid content in those foods. Okay, and the next one is nutrient quantification. This technique is essential for determining the content of vital nutrients such as minerals, vitamins, proteins, and all the nutrients. How can it be determined? By iodine titration. For example, it is used to measure the quantity of vitamin C, or as known as ascorbic acid, in fruit and vegetables. Other than that, it is used for the quality control of food products. Like for instance, in the dairy product industry, this method is used to determine the fat content of milk and other dairy products. This ensures the dairy product reach the quality standards and reach the expectation of the consumers. And lastly, we are going to talk about the food preservative and additives. Okay, this method is also used to precisely measure the food additive and preservative such as sodium benzoate and sulfur dioxide. This measurement will be achieved through volumetric analysis. This is very crucial for ensuring that these substances are within safe and permissible to consume, thereby safeguarding consumers' health and extending the shelf life of food products.
The next part is theory of volumetric analysis in the food industry. In general, volumetric analysis is a quantitative analytical method of determining the amount of substance contained in a sample solution by gradually adding a standard solution of non-concentration and measuring the volume at the time of fraction. In the food industry, for instance, food processing company might use titration method to calculate the precise amount of salt in the particular foodstuff. Besides that, we have a few types of titration usually used in the food industry. The first one is acid-based titration, in which an acidic or basic titrant react with an analyte that is a base or an acid. The second one is precipitation titration, in which the analyte and the titrant will react to form a precipitate. The third one is redox titration, where the titrant is an oxidizing or reducing agent. And the fourth one is complexometric titration. Complexometric titration involving a metal ligand complexation reaction. The food industry utilizes titration to help regulate taste, nutrition, texture, appearance, and stability of the food. Acidity in foods is a major contributor to how bitter a food or beverage will taste. Titration is a common analytical technique used in the food industry to determine the concentration of certain substance in food products. Here are a few examples of titration application in the food industry. The first one is acidity in vinegar. The titration method I used to determine the acetic acid content in vinegar. The second one is vitamin C content in juice. The titration method I used to measure the amount of ascorbic acid, which is the vitamin C in fruit juice. The third one is salt content in butter. The titration method I used to determine the chloride, which is salt, content in butter. And the fourth one is milk freshness. The titration method I used to assess the freshness of milk by determining its lactic acid content.
Next, I would like to present the methodology of the volumetric analysis that we choose for the food industry, which is the determination of the percentage acetic acid in the vinegar by the titration process. Before we go through more details, there are 4 apparatus that we use in titration process, which is first 250 volumetric flask, 250mm conical flask, third 25mm pipette, and the last one burette. The chemical that we use are first vinegar, second standardized sodium hydroxide solution, and the last one phenolphthalein as the indicator. There are 7 steps. First step, mix and clear the apparatus with distilled water. In the second step, pipette 25mm of vinegar into a 250mm conical flask. Third step, add 2 drops of phenolphthalein indicator to vinegar. Fourth step, fill the burette with standardized sodium hydroxide. 5 steps, set up the equipment as shown in the diagram. 6 step, while sodium hydroxide from the burette into the conical flask until the solution change color from colorless to light pink. The last step, records the reading of the burette so that we can calculate the percentage of acetic acid in vinegar. You guys can see the result at the table. Next, calculate the average of sodium hydroxide used by formula and get the answer 21.81mm. Other that, to get the percentage of acetic acid in vinegar, use formula by volume of acetic acid divided volume of vinegar and multiply 100% and get answer 4.996%.
Okay, finally it comes to the last part, which is conclusion. In the food industry, volumetric analysis ensure quality and safety by accurately measuring additive, preservative and nutritional components like salt and acid using titration method. These analyzers help comply with regulations, maintain product consistency and ensure consumer safety. Volumetric techniques rooted in inorganic chemistry allow to precise monitoring and adjustment of product composition to meet industry standard effectively.